Hi America, welcome to our home in beautiful Denver, Colorado. My name is Beth Ellis. Miss Paula, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to be part of this contest, The Real Women of Philadelphia. Today I have an amazing recipe for you. It's called Philadelphia Buffalo Burrito Bake. Yeah, I said it, buffalo. We're going to start with 1.5 pounds of ground buffalo. This may be a product that you're used to or not used to, but it is coming across the country now, very readily available in most markets. So 1.5 pounds of ground buffalo, 1 yellow onion chopped finely, 3 cloves of garlic, and then a little spice mixture that I'm going to start with, which is salt and pepper, chili powder, garlic powder. I'm using both garlic powder and fresh garlic. Adds a lot of depth to this flavor. Smoked paprika, oregano, cumin, and cayenne pepper. The other ingredients that are going to be in this will be a green tomatillo salsa, Kraft brand shredded Mexican style cheese. Don't skimp on this, it really is the best product. Beautiful red salsa, and of course the star of the show, Philadelphia cream cheese. When we finish and we garnish, we'll use fresh avocado, freshly sliced tomato, and beautiful peppers. I'm going to show you how to cut these when we get back. So right now I'd like to start and take you over to the stove and show you how we put the meat part of the mixture together. Okay, we're over at the stove and we're going to cook the buffalo meat mixture that we're going to stuff the burritos with. I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I like it better than olive oil for this recipe because it doesn't impart as much flavor. And the buffalo is really, really lean. So you always want to add a little bit to it. And then one little trick that I have is with that spice mixture that we talked about, I'll always toast that in the oil first. I'll get that started. So my pan's on medium-high. See, the spices are starting to sizzle a little bit. That brings out all the flavor. Woo, you can smell that. You can smell the cumin, I can smell the garlic, the chili powder. Everything's really, really coming in. I think I need a little bit more oil for this. There we go. Whew, smells like a party already. Then we'll add the 1.5 pounds of the ground buffalo. The onions. And again, this is 1 large yellow onion that I previously diced. I like to have everything prepared ahead of time when I'm making a recipe. The French call it mise en place. It just means kind of know where your recipe is going and have everything prepared ahead of time so you're not running and saying, oh, I need something, I need this, I need that. So basically what I'll do is I'll brown this for a few minutes and then I'll add the garlic. And the reason why I'll add the garlic a little bit later is because I really like to make sure that the garlic doesn't burn. Because once garlic burns, your recipe is completely done. You can't save it from burnt garlic. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I will add the garlic at this point. And this entire portion of the recipe will take about another 5 minutes. I'll see you in 5 minutes. Okay, so as you can see, the meat is finished cooking. It smells really, really good in here, just like a party already happening. So while it's hot, what I like to do, and this is such a great product, the Taco Bell restaurant sauce. I'll just pour a little bit on. If you can't find this, well, you should ask your grocer to carry it. But if you can't find it, for right now you can use jalapeno salsa, you could use Tabasco, Texas Pete, anything you like. But what this does is it moistens the meat before it goes into the burrito and just keeps everything nice and tender. So I'm going to start with fresh flour tortillas. I have a moistened paper towel over the top. I just took them out of the microwave. I put them in for a minute so they'd be more pliable. Put it down on the plate. Of course, the star of the show, the Philadelphia cream cheese. Take a good slathering of cream cheese here. Don't be afraid of this. And you rub it on the bottom half, or spread it on the bottom half of the tortilla. And then a nice, big, healthy handful, spoonful of this delicious meat. A teaspoon of fresh red salsa. A teaspoon of your Kraft 4-cheese Mexican cheese. And you roll it like this, almost halfway over. Bring in the ends, fold it over, and it's a perfect burrito. This is a pre-greased, just sprayed it with cooking spray, 9 by 13. Alright, we'll make one more. Philadelphia cream cheese. You can soften this if you want. It goes a little easier, but you do want a nice, good amount of the cream cheese on there. What the cream cheese does, it adds a really creamy texture to it, and it also helps the burrito stay nice and firm so that when you cut into it, it doesn't bleed all over the plate like it would if you had sour cream. The cream cheese really is an amazing ingredient in this. And who doesn't have a block of cream cheese in their refrigerator, for Pete's sake? This Philadelphia is always the best brand too. So again, a nice healthy helping of the meat over top of the cream cheese. Quick teaspoon of red salsa. Quick teaspoon of cheese. Give it a wrap. Fold it over. If it's a little sloppy, it's not going to matter, because when you see what we do to the top of this, you'll see that it's just, it's going to be a very forgiving dish. Get that out of the way. Okay, so the next step is to take the rest of the leftover salsa and just pour it over the tortillas. Then we're going to take that really, really bright green tomatillo salsa that we spoke about earlier, and we're going to pour that over the tortillas. It looks like a lot of liquid, but I'll tell you, it's not. It's not. This keeps the tortillas really nice and moist. And then you want to take your spoon, kind of go around the product like this, go around these delicious burritos. It smells so good, I can't even believe it. And I have a lot of hungry people waiting in the background to try this. You want to make sure that all the tortilla gets moistened so that it doesn't get all kind of crispy and awful in the oven. It just stays nice and soft. Isn't that pretty? It's kind of red and green, like a little party. And then you take the leftover, it should be about 2 cups of the Kraft cheese. You put it over the top. See, already this looks good, right? Okay, that should be pretty good. We'll go ahead and finish that off. And then what I do on the top of this is I dice jalapenos and sometimes a Fresno pepper. These happen to be the banana peppers. And these are all diced up. I'm going to show you how to cut a jalapeno. So don't be afraid of these. They're big, they're tender, they're in the market, especially in the springtime, they're nice and sweet. But the ribs and the seeds have all the capsaicin in it. That's the part that makes it really hot. So if you cut the pepper like this, you basically take all the ribs out and all the seeds out, and you don't have to worry about messing with it. It's always nice to have good knife skills because it makes your cooking experience go really, really well. And then you would take these, if you can see, I'll move that over for you, and you julienne. And whenever we work with peppers, you want to make sure that it's skin side down, because that gives you much more control on the board. If you try to cut into it with the skin side up, sometimes your knife will slip. And if you're really, really sensitive, you could use a glove, but I don't really bother. Then you hand in the claw, right? So you don't cut your fingers, and you come through, and you dice these. Just run your knife right through it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. There's sometimes a couple of stragglers or this or that, but just kind of run your knife through it like that. Boy, does that add a lot of flavor to this dish. And color, look at that. Look at that. It's also that little fresh bite at the end. So we'll sprinkle, I've got multicolored peppers in there. Okay. You'll bake this at 325 for 20 minutes. You'll cover it for the first 20 minutes, and this is a quick little trick. Whenever you have cheese in a casserole, you take your foil, give it a quick spray, cover it, and bake. So 20 minutes at 325 in the upper 1/3 of your oven. You'll take the foil off, allow it to brown for the last 10 minutes, and then you'll be ready to serve. Okay, as you can see, this beautiful casserole is out of the oven. I've plated it. I put cherry tomatoes, fresh avocado, which I put a little lime juice on, keep a nice bright color, and some freshly chopped cilantro. And I'm going to try this now for you. Ooh, it's hot. Spicy, creamy, out of this world. Your party is ready to happen. I want to thank you, Philadelphia Cream Cheese. I want to thank you, Miss Paula Dean, for allowing me to be a part of this great adventure and this cooking contest. Cheers.